And our top focus in WION right now. The United Nations has added the Israeli military to its global list of offenders that have committed abuses against children in armed conflicts. Well, the list aims to shame parties in conflicts in the hope of pushing them to implement measures to better protect children. Israeli Defense Forces being added to the UN blacklist comes after 8 months of the ongoing war in Gaza, in which more than 15,000 children have been killed. And it comes a day after Israel bombed a UN school in central Gaza, which killed 40 Palestinians, including children. The United States of America has now asked Israel for a full-fledged report and to be fully transparent over the airstrike at a central Gaza school packed with displaced Palestinians. Well, the IDF now joins militant group Hamas and Islamic Jihad that are also on UN's list of shame. The report covers 6 violations, which are killing, maiming, sexual violence, abduction, recruitment, use of children, denial of aid access, and attacks of schools and hospitals. However, it is not clear what violations Israel, Hamas, or the Palestinian Jihad have been listed for. Well, the list is split into 2 parts. Number 1, parties that have put in place measures to protect children, and the parties that have not. The latest report is yet to be made public. Israel has lashed out at the report that was compiled by the UN Secretary General's Special Representative for Children in Armed Conflict. When Israel's envoy to the UN rejected allegations of immorality in children being killed in the war. Take a listen.
I am utterly shocked and disgusted by this shameful decision of the Secretary General. Courtney, you know that Israel's army is the most moral army in the world. So this immoral decision will only aid the terrorists and reward Hamas. And I have to tell you another thing. The only one who is blacklisted today is the Secretary General, whose decisions since the war started and even before are rewarding terrorists and incentivizing them to use children for terror acts.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that the UN had added itself to the blacklist of history when it joined those who support the Hamas murderers. Echoing similar sentiments, Israel's Foreign Minister Israel Katz said that the decision would have an impact on his country's ties with the United Nations, which are already very strained. The UN has called charges leveled by Israel shocking and unacceptable.
Coming back to this morning's events, earlier today, our Chief of Staff, Courtney Rattray, called the permanent representative of Israel, Gilad Erdan. The call was a courtesy afforded to countries that are newly listed on the annex of the report. It is done to give those countries a heads up and avoid leaks. Ambassador Erdan's video recording of that phone call and the partial release of that recording on Twitter is shocking and unacceptable, and frankly, something I've never seen in my 24 years serving this organization.
Well, another country on this UN blacklist is Russia. The United Nations put Russian forces on its blacklist last year, holding it responsible for the deaths of children and also attacking schools and hospitals in Ukraine.